If you'd like to see how that was constructed from complete junk, stay tuned. Gas Diesel Garage starts right now. Okay, like I said, we're getting rid of this leaf spring suspension. What I want to do is get rid of it, of course, and then I'm going to put a 2x2 inch bar, probably about 17 inches long. It's going to go from here to here, and then we're going to make a spacer at about a couple inches so the bag won't hit the frame. And we're going to put a mounting bracket right here. Bag's going to sit right there. It's going to weld to the frame, I'm sorry, to the axle, and then we're gonna put a bracket up here, weld that to the frame, then the bag's gonna sit in there, and it's gonna be able to move just like this. I believe that's what's gonna happen. But what we need to do is we need to find some metal, because like I said, this is a budget build, and I'm not gonna go buy some metal, so let's go find some junk metal to be able to do this. Well, here's my junk pile. Okay, yeah, we might, that would do good. I can take that, and then we might take that, and now I need a mounting bracket that would be perfect. I think this will do good. Yeah, that'd be good. And let me take some extra metal. There we go. Okay. Now the 1 7/8 square bar that I have right here, it's going to sit in there like that. That's actually going to be the pivot point. I'm going to drill a hole through there, and it's going to mount up to that. But I need something a little bit more beefier for when we transition to this side, to the axle. So that's what the 2x2 square bar that I just pulled out, that's what's going to be welded to that. What I meant by is that I'm going to slide this in here just like that. I'm going to weld that across. Now I got an even stronger platform for the airbag. And of course, yes, I'm going to cut that off so I just have just the bar. In other words, it's going to look just like that. Yes, I pre-made these already, but like I said, I'm going to weld that across, weld in here, and keep that strong. So now that I have the radius arm right where I want it at length, now I need to do is move it over a little bit, because this is going to run the length of the frame. See, just like that. So I need to be able to have the bag a little bit over so it doesn't hit the frame when it's fully compressed. So what I did, got another 6-inch piece of 2x2. I'm going to weld that to that. Now I need something for the bag to run up on. That's where this comes in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these ears off, and that's gonna be a great mounting surface for the bag. All right, that's looking good. Now that I got those ears cut off and smoothed on out, you don't want no there we go. Bag sits on there just like that. Of course, it's going to be mounted with a couple of bolts. Now when this thing's completely low or collapsed, the frame's going to sit right here. So now of course, to be able to put this on the axle, we're going to have to get the shape for the axle. And the only way to do that is cut one of those leaf spring U-bolts out right there, so we can get the shape, because this needs to sit like that, where the bag's going to sit. Now I got one of the U-bolts cut out, and now I have my shape to be able to cut out that platform or that mounting bracket, so I can weld that to the axle. Now that I got it cut out, which mimics the axle, now I got to do it down here also. Now, of course, I want to show you guys exactly how this stuff is going to be mocked up on the trailer itself. Now, of course, like I said, the leaf springs, they're gone. They're out of here. So, make my new radius arm. It's going to sit in there like that. Okay. And of course, that's going to sit like this. And then here's my bag mount, right like that. Now, of course, we're going to weld all this together so it's one piece, clean up the corners and all that good stuff. Then we're going to weld it straight to the axle. So then the bag can sit right there. Well, let's test fit the airbag. Go. It's going to sit right on there, like that. And don't worry, I'm getting rid of this. That's going to be cut out. Now that I got all three pieces welded up, this is going to mount to the existing mounting point for the leaf spring right there. I'm just going to drill a hole right there, and then this part is going to sit on the axle, but I'm actually going to weld that onto the axle. But now what I need to do is start to plug all these holes, like that one. Cut out that little piece and you weld that right there, so I don't get any rust filled metal later on. That one, then get that one, that end cap welded on right there. Got one all welded up how exactly I want it. Yeah. Like I said, that's gonna hook to the existing frame where the leaf spring was. Now, the only thing is, now we got the airbag. But it's gonna sit there like that. Now what I only have to do is make 3 more. All right, there we go. Got all 4 brackets built. ready to go on the trailer. But the first thing we need to do is we need to yeah, that one right there. Take that over here. Slide this over on. It's gonna sit on there like that. So what we gotta do is we gotta drill that hole out. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the same exact hole and same exact bolt that is used to install the leaf spring. So of course the leaf spring is going away. So to do that, there's the bolt. See how thick this bolt is. Oops, that sucked. Alright, now that we drilled the holes out of the new brackets, new airbag brackets, as you can see, got my holes, got holes. Now it's time to test fit this stuff. Well, essentially that's how it's going to sit. It's going to pivot right there, bag's going to go there, and another bracket's going to go up there. And I think what I'm going to do is put a 4-link setup on here, or maybe even a Panar bar, just to keep the axles in place. Alright, now that we got it mocked up and in place, now we can tack it in. And now what I need to do is I need to drill holes into the lower airbag mounts, and to make sure I get them precise, I'm kind of old school. I grab a piece of cardboard, throw this on like that, and I trace around. Yeah, okay, my circle's not really that good, but anyways, you get the point. Now all I gotta do is cut it out. Boom! Got me my circle. Just a little bit. And we'll you can trim it down just a little bit. Now I gotta locate my bolt holes, which easiest way to do that is start tapping. There's one right there. Right about there. Now what we gotta do is cut those holes out. Well, now that I got my pattern right, I should be able to line up the holes, and I should be able to see the bottom of it. But you can, let's just test fit with the bolts here. Make sure. Alright, perfect. Now what I'll start doing is transferring this pattern to the brackets themselves. It looks about right. All right, now all I gotta do is drill them out. Now that I got the holes drilled, now let's see if the bag can be installed easily. All right, stop. Alright, got the bottom mounted up. Now I gotta do it 3 more times. Alright, now that I got the lower bag mounts all welded up to the axles, now it's time to fabricate some upper bag mounts. And of course, we're going to do it again. We're going to grab some more junk pieces of steel. That's going to be my top. So, put that on top like this. Then I'm going to trace it out in a perfect circle, make a cutout for my area here to where I can put the air fitting in. And of course, cut out or drill out 2 holes so I can mount it. And then of course we're going to need a little bit of clearance, so I'm going to cut up some of this stuff right here and put it there. check that out. Got my upper bag mounts all cut out how I want it, fresh out of the CNC machine, which would be me and these. But anyways, got the bag mounts all ready to go. Gonna tack those up, mock it up on the trailer, make sure everything fits, everything's all square, and we'll go from there. Now, of course, for my upper cross braces, I'm using some 4x2. Got a 1/4 inch plate steel. Gonna be pretty dang strong. As you can see, I already marked off where it's gonna go. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the upper bag mounts, gonna bolt them in straight to there, and put the spacer in there for my height, and put that on it. And then I'm gonna tack it all up, so then I can pull this whole thing off and then weld it in full, so I won't have to be welding on my back. All right, now that we got all the mounts and brackets that are necessary to install the airbags, right there. Now it's time to put in the 4 airbags. Well, I decided to go with some extra strength airbags. These are rated for about 6,000 pounds each. So, you know, big PSI, big trailer, should do the trick. So let's go put them in. Well, that's a wrap for this episode of Gas Diesel Garage. Make sure you turn into part 3 of this trailer build, because in the next episode, we're going to be powering this air ride system in a completely different way from what you see normally on any kind of air ride system. If you can probably see over my shoulder, that's going to be the start of it. I think you can see it. But anyways, until next time, peace. Oh, make sure you like and subscribe, and peace out.